I bid y'all good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins. Thanks for joining me, guys. Thank you so much for joining and being part of the channel and being part of the community. BNN Bloomberg report. Now, we need to talk about gold because I'm a gold bug myself and a silver stacker and all that stuff. And the problem with gold that we've been having is we have a tremendous amount of, how you say it, paper gold. Papers. And this is what's keeping the price of gold suppressed, right? Gold is, tons of it is being for sale right now on COMEX. And there's other teams right now that are right here. Bulks up on investment team ahead. Bulking up on gold on a global level. And gold is a no-brainer in Rosenberg's bear case portfolio. And my problem is the reconciling trades of gold aren't being reconciled, and there's too much spoofing. I don't know how to explain it. What the real price of gold should be at? Gold should be at about, I think, in my opinion, $3,200, $3,500 per ounce. Gold should be around that much. And the problem is, debt keeps going higher. We keep deflating our dollar, but the price of gold doesn't go anywhere. It's just kind of sitting stable. It is going up, but if you're looking at the fundamentals and going back to Business 101 and what we kind of try to understand in high school, when I took my business course in grade 11, gold should be a lot higher. It's being manipulated. It's not moving. And silver also, it's silver and gold ratio. It's what, 70, 85, 90 to 1 right now. I'm not sure, but it should realistically be 27 to 1, 35. If it's not so heavily manipulated. Okay, so let's go. Shelter in gold, bet on emerging markets to buy bonds in drag. So, guys, you know, for me personally, I'm a silver bug. I buy a lot of silver junior miners, a lot of gold junior miners, because they have a lot of delta, a lot of gap to grow. They have more of a ceiling to go from a $30 million company to a $60 million company, as opposed to a billion or trillion dollar company. They just don't have any more ceiling, if you kind of get my drift. Remember, guys, please do your own research. Please understand, I'm just here to talk to you guys and talking about, what's happening, right? So, anyways, a lot of it has to do with this robust GDP we're having right now and these great jobs. I just saw Trump this morning in a speech live, and I don't know. Let's just get to the article. Yeah, okay, well, I'm going to bring it up anyway. He brought up that housing basically, he brought up that housing was basically going up X amount of exponential for Americans, and Americans are getting more rich on paper. And, well, I was kind of disheartened with that, or I was very upset that he brought that up, because a lot of the people, you're not factoring in the amount of empty homes, the amount of people that are homeless, and the amount of people that lost their shirts. And you're also not discussing the amount of forward investing that's happened in the West Coast of America and completely changed and changed the entire landscape of America. And that's what I'm scared of. People buying into this, housing going up is a normal thing. It's not, because wages are nowhere near where they should be. And I kind of wanted to throw that out there. Sorry. I saw the speech this morning and I was kind of disheartened when I saw that. And, when they're saying inflation's at 2%, realistically, again, looking at the charts, it should be 5 to 9%. And the middle class purchasing power is going to nil. And if they had to open the doors and let that inflation actually bring prices down to reality, they're going to have to start raising rates. And all these people with these houses that are up in the air and going up 12% in the last 2 years, and it's not going to fly, guys. Okay. So says David Rosenberg, who believes the economic slowdown is on the way despite the enduring job gains, easing the trade tensions between U.S. and China, and record-breaking stock markets in North America. So again, record-breaking stock markets in North America, we could get into that another time, but I saw something on Bloomberg this morning about that. Not Bloomberg, some other, yeah. Anyways, if things are so great, why did the Fed have to cut rates last year? He said in an interview at Bloomberg's Toronto office. There you go. That's the key, the nail on the head right there. If things are so great, why did the Fed have to embark on QE4? That we're not supposed to call QE4, but what's it called, QE4? Or is it called repo markets or fixing the overnight rates? Rosenberg started his own independent research firm in January. Rosenberg Research and Associates, Inc. have more than decades of chief economists. So they're into the buying gold and creating these investment, I guess, positions for investors in the future, or people looking to jump into the gold market, right? And kind of a important sector to look at that's being put on the back burner forever, right? And we need to, here's the deal. Like, it's, yeah, we're seeing QE, we're seeing, but if we could get more transparency and more open source, things wouldn't be where they are right now. They just can't, you know, and they've been regulating gold, and then the whole regulation thing of it with the, yeah. Anyways, the roaring stock market is essential, a bull market, and financial engineering stoked the Fed's preserve stock market is essentially a bull market, and a financial engineering stoked by the Fed's reserves purchases of Treasury bills starting in October, interest rate cuts, U.S. President Donald Trump's tax overhaul, which handed Americans' top banks $32 billion windfall, and corporate share buybacks. There it is right there. Once they removed the Glass-Steagall Act, and they removed all the different acts and the regulations that were in the bank to protect us from the banks going to the casino to spend our money. Now look, handing out money, and it hurts. When I saw that speech this morning, and he brought up how housing, now it's like the middle class right now, or the working poor in America is under attack right now, heavily. Well, we thought it was during NAFTA back in 93, 94 when it was passed, and, you know, we started seeing a lot of Americans being left out in the cold when NAFTA started moving a lot of jobs to Mexico. But now I think things are going to be a lot worse than that. And that's why you're getting all these Bitcoin creators to come out and create Bitcoin and launch these, how do you say, non-middleman currencies. Remember, the strengths are our weaknesses, or remember, it's an old saying. Sorry, guys. I'm all over the place today. I got a lot of things on my mind right now, and about this, of course, and where to look at, where potentially to make your next fortune, and that's what I've kind of been focused on lately. So let's look at, well, hopefully, right? And guys, remember, it's not all about money. It's would be nice to. I'm sorry, I'm getting Skype messages here at the same time. Okay, while economists see a 30% chance of U.S. recession in 2020, Rosenberg said a retreat in spending on restaurants, movies, furnishings, and other discretionary spending are harbingers of a slowdown, along with a deceleration in U.S. core inflation. That's very important because, again, middle class, like I said, is under attack right now, and when people don't go out to restaurants, it is crucial. Now, let's get, just jump. I'm taking too much time here today, guys. Sorry on this. Let's get to the gold here. Gold is a place where you want to be. I think it's partially because it's inversely correlated with interest rates, but it's also an insurance policy when things go wrong. It's good to hedge with gold against inflation. I said that many times. He said there's no such thing as a no-brainer, but in this case, sorry guys, I'm just itchy, man, on the side of the face here. Close. Bullion is off to a roaring start this year as strategists from Goldman Sachs and UBS Group AG called for $1,600 an ounce, even more than the Iranian crisis impacted global markets. The yellow metal has gained about a third since 2018, was trading around 1,560 per ounce on Monday. So we're seeing a lot moving forward, and right now, you guys need to keep in mind, never before have we had so much money as there is that we have today. And the central banks keep pumping in trillions of dollars, whether it's euros, whether it's American fiat, whatever it is. We're pumping more and more into the markets. And it's never been easier for whether investors or homeowners and stuff to get their hands on money, right? For the longest time, for the last decade. And they're taking that and relending it and then releveraging it and deleveraging it, and savers have been losing, you guys know this, billions. And of course, because wages haven't been catching up to inflation, right? So billion-dollar deals, unheard of when I was a child. You never heard the billion-dollar mark ever. But now the people have become pawns in this game. And the main question no one's asking is, where's all this money going, right? Where is it moving to? Like, we understand, we get the gist of where it's going, but it's a huge, in my opinion, again, we go back to transparency again. Let's go back to transparency. Where are we transparently when it comes to knowing where money's headed or where it's going, right? That's the key. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking here at bonds and drag. Bond prices in the stock market, again, bonds and drag are also good investments as the economy heads into downturn. Endgame, the Fed's asset purchases have created so much liquidity in global markets that it should be concerned, Rosenberg said. So, for the middle class, working poor, whatever you want to call it, there's a lot at stake. And a lot of people are hoping, to make that money, reinvest it, and grow, and then add to their pensions, and grow, and create wealth. But now it's not working out, because more and more people are just creating more debt. And a majority of us live just modest lifestyle. I left a big city. I moved to a small town, right? And a lot of people, especially, like, you got to keep this in mind. A lot of people, they're lowering interest rates. They're bringing it easy for making your payments, but you're taking on more debt load. But the average person doesn't care how low interest rates are unless they're buying a house. Right? For the average person, the average Joe Donuts that has his house, either has his house paid off or is renting, doesn't care where interest rates are. And that's a majority of the people. Interest rates on savings are next to zero. We get nothing. Back in the day, we used to get 4.5. Remember the ING commercial? Save your money. Well, those days are gone. We used to get 4.5% on your money. Where you have $1 million, you make $45,000 a year. I'll say that again. $45,000 a year off $1 million. Off interest only. So. And there hasn't been a runoff yet in major banks, in my opinion, right? But a lot of people are converting towards gold right now. And physical, a lot of people are going into the whole junior miner. Guys, do your research, guys. Don't listen to a guy wearing a Macho Man shirt and a fake hair. Listen to, really do your own research. Books are knowledge, okay? Anyways, guys, I talked too much in this one. I took too much of your time. If you're still watching this, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to join the channel here. click the join button here if you want to join for $1.99 a month. Shop something from the store. If you want to buy a t-shirt, buy it from a local YouTuber. And thanks to my Patreon supporters. I lost one this morning. Oh, well. If you want to join Patreon, you can. I'm still there. You could always throw me a tip in the tip jar. And you could always message me here on Facebook here on my fan page. I have 117,000 followers. There's a few fake pages out there. Don't ignore them, okay? You could find all the links up here. And we'll be discussing more negative interest rates coming to the West, or North America. It's already in Europe, but North America and Australia. And we'll be discussing more about the depletion of physical currency. Again, I'm getting messages like crazy. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Lots of love. And remember, eye on the prize. Stay strong. Be positive. And keep family close. Okay, guys? Remember, the one thing you take to your next life is your good memories. That's what my daddy used to say. You only take memories to the next world or the next life. Take good ones. Thanks for watching, guys, and big hug.